Welcome back, sports fans. No, the title that you saw and you clicked on isn't clickbait. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and as we commemorate the honor and sacrifice that he made for the progress of our society through the civil rights movement, I figured I would talk about the sacrifice that I almost made for the progress and betterment of society as well. And just like MLK Jr., I almost died for that sacrifice. To set the stage, we need to go back to the year 2014. I was an 18-year-old lad about to go off to college for the first time, moving 2 hours away from home, living on my own for the first time, flying the nest. And as an 18-year-old lad leaving home for the first time, I didn't have money. My family didn't have funds to pull from extended family or any place to give me an allowance to allow me to buy things at college. So I had to have a job. But I am a schemer. I do not like jobs. I didn't like jobs. I didn't want to have a job. 3 previous years-ish in high school, I worked a job and went to school and played sports year-round. So I was just tired of that grind. I wanted to go to college, have a college experience. But I couldn't do that without money. So the logical choice was to get a job. And I didn't want a job. So I started scheming up different ways that I could come up with some money. I don't have the body or the moves to be a stripper. I can't be a sex worker. Nobody wants a teeny tiny 5'5" sex worker. I'm not hard enough to be a drug dealer. I don't steal. I don't cheat. So there are 3 logical options left after all my scheming. And they were to donate sperm and get paid for it, get a job, or donate plasma. I looked up donating sperm, and like everything else in life, there's a height requirement. And I did not meet the height requirement to donate sperm. So as a young 18-year-old, I realized I'm just not cut out for adult life already. So we had to scrap that. So now it's a job or plasma. And I really did not want a job. I did what every logical person did. And I thought, I'll just go donate some plasma. And luckily enough for me, there was this really janky ghetto-ass plasma center about 2 blocks away from my campus. And since I was a freshman living on campus, I didn't have a car. One bright Saturday morning, I woke up, I showered in the communal shower, I brushed my teeth in the communal sink, and then I walked my happy ass down to the plasma center to get my $50 just for donating plasma. And the only reason I know that plasma was a thing is because for the 2 years prior, my older brother lived in this city, and he was donating plasma because he also didn't want to get a job. So him and my dad were like, it's easy money, why not? You just go in, you lay down in a chair for an hour or 2, they pay you money, you go back. You get the money right then and there, easy peasy. I made the decision, I walk down, I go in, and you sign the waivers, you fill out this paperwork, height, name, weight, whatever, emergency contacts, silly stuff. And since I was 18, I don't really remember, but I probably had my Nintendo DS, or I definitely had my phone and music. I probably brought my DS, and I was probably playing some kind of Pokemon game because that's what I did when I was 18. And I was just sitting there in the waiting room, and first impressions matter. And as I looked around this waiting room, it was not the clientele that I had expected. But looking back as an adult, almost 11 years later, it's exactly the clientele that I should have expected. It was probably, they were all kind of just run down, sort of broken, dingy adults who just really needed a quick fix for money. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was this put together, I'm pretty sure I walked in a button up and nice pants. I didn't know what to expect. I went in prim and proper. I just stuck out like a sore thumb. And as I sat there waiting, probably listening to music, playing Pokemon or something, they called me back. And there's these ergonomical chair kind of things. You lean back and there's a little hump for your legs to go on. And this nurse is telling me all about how it works. And as she's explaining it, she says, have you donated blood before? And I said, no, I don't really do needles. She said, well, the needle's a little bit bigger than donating blood and then she starts explaining how the process works. Pulls the blood out, it splits the plasma, I think, and the plasma stays in the machine, and then the blood goes back into your body. So you really don't lose anything. It just takes some plasma out. It might be a little uncomfortable for a little bit, but your body will get used to it, and you don't really lose anything, so your body won't go into shock or anything. So it's just really simple. She says that they take based on your height and weight, so it only takes a certain amount of time, which is why you can only do it once a week or twice a week or something like that. It's safe, nothing to worry about. It'll take an hour, and after that, you'll get an apple juice or something. You go home, whatever, and you'll have your money. Pretty simple. So I'm sitting there, letting her hook it up and everything. I don't do well with needles. The scene in Saw 4 where this dude picks up that chick and throws her into the dirty pit needle, every time I watch that, it makes me want to just die. It makes me want to throw up. I feel so uneasy, queasy. Anyway, so she's digging this pretty fat needle into the side of my arm. And that first was like, this sucks. And I'm sitting there and she's typing in or programming the machine or something. I don't know. And walk away. And she says, if anything goes wrong, just raise your hand and one of us will come and figure it out. So I'm laying there. I lean back in my chair. There's a TV up there somewhere. I probably have my Game Boy and I'm playing. And a couple minutes later, I start feeling really uneasy. And I start just getting weak and feel gross. And something is wrong. Like that panic sets in when your body knows something is wrong. And I didn't know what to do. So I slowly start raising my hand. And as I raise my hand, I start getting tunnel vision. And my lights go out. I don't know how long the lights were out. And then I come to, after this panic had set in, I raise my hand. I don't remember anything. And I wake up like this. There's two people holding my legs. My shirt is off. I have ice packs all over me. There's like 3 other adults around me. And as an 18-year-old panicking in a dingy, dirty plasma center, my shirt is off. My legs are up in the air. I start to panic even more. I'm starting to try and gather what happened. And one of the ladies puts her hand on my chest or something and goes, everything's fine. You're okay. And as I start to come through, I'm really hot and these ice packs feel really good. They lean me back up. My shirt's back on. And I'm assuming he's like the head of it all. He's the doctor maybe. I don't know. He wore a coat. He looked more important. He walks over with a clipboard and is asking me how I'm feeling, takes like blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. And he tells me that they put my weight in wrong. Now, for a look behind the curtains, I am a very small man. So on a good day, I am 5'5", 135. Back then, I was probably 125, 128-ish. So they input my weight wrong. So when I started to panic and raise my hand, the machine was pulling more blood out of my body than what was necessary. My body was going into shock. I was losing too much blood. It was going into the machine. I was losing more than I should have. The solution to that was they gave me an apple juice. They gave me some crackers. They smacked me on the butt. Here's your $50 card. Come back next week. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't raise my hand. I don't know if machines started beeping, but it felt like I almost died. I almost sacrificed for the betterment of society, trying to donate plasma for the quick rich scheme of not working a job. The worst part of all that is that after all that debacle, I couldn't just get in my car and drive back. I had to walk 2 blocks, groggy and gross and disgusted and scared, back to my apartment with a hole in my arm and a nice warm apple juice, thinking about poor life choices that I've already made like 2 weeks into college. I made plenty of bad choices in college. That could be a whole different, that could be a whole series. And then the gall of these people to say, come back next week, get another $50. Why not? Come back. It's easy. $50. Come back next week. Don't worry. We almost killed you. No, not a big deal. Come on. We need it. Get rich quick scheme. Never as easy as it seems. If you need money, plasma is an easy $50. Just make sure that they don't fuck up your weight. That's it. Goodbye.